Now, as a bonus, I want to include some of the video clips from tonight's Elite Members presentation, Trading the VWAP Breakout Structure, Timing, and Execution. And this does a real deep dive into the way I trade the VWAP Breakout, the things that I'm looking for. And as you know, as you can see here on the screen, we go through a lot of details as far as the VWAP. What does it mean? Why is it important? I mean, we go through a bunch of these things that help you understand why the VWAP is something that we use so much, not just in this strategy, but in a lot of other day trading strategies as well. We go through just the whole setup here. I can send you this presentation as a PDF file. Send me an email, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and I'll shoot it over to you as part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck members family. So we'll get this over to you. Now, the part I want to include in the video is the part where we talk about our stock selection, which many of you guys know if you've been watching us live on YouTube, where we talk about how to identify the setup. And probably the most important slide on this entire deck is the trade execution, right? These three critical points: the breakout, pullback, and the confirmation. So I want to include that part for you here right after this. So enjoy the video. Hopefully it's very helpful. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? How do you trade this strategy if you do trade it? And what are some of the variations that you like to see when you're looking for this strategy that might be different from what I'm looking for? So I'm always looking to learn. This is going to be a great community where hopefully we can go back and forth, share ideas, and hopefully learn from each other. So take care, guys. I will see you on the next video. Have a good one. Let's start with the stock selection here. And there's a couple of things that I'm going to cover. The three main things, right, that I cover on all my strategies: stock selection, setup identification, and then trade execution. I mean, these three things have to be there. So let's start with stock selection. For the most part, you guys know I don't trade low flow stocks, right? So this strategy works best with stocks that are mid to large flow stocks. I want to see significant pre-market volume, and I also want to see significant opening volume. In some cases, depending on the stock, we just care about the opening volume, right? How much volume are we getting at the open? We've seen stocks that don't do anything pre-market, and then the market open, they get all this volume. That is exactly what you want to see here. Carlos, I see it being different on 1, 5, and level 1. Yeah, see, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I actually put here, I put 5 minutes. I meant to put 1 minute, not 5. I only heavily look at this at the 1 minute. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I meant to put 5 because that's a mistake on my part. But I only look at this on the 1 minute. I am aware what the 5 minutes is doing, what kind of pattern is forming, but I only use it on the 1 minute. Okay. All right, so that's a good point, right? Somebody might be looking at this at the 5 minute and it might be slightly different, which it is, right? If I look at the 5 minute and the 1 minute, it is going to be slightly different. I'm strictly using it on the 1 minute for the trades that I'm using. Usually the best stocks that how I find my watch list, as you guys know, is the gappers list, the gap up and gap down. I go to tradingterminal.com. That's where I get my list. I think about 90% of the tickers of my watch list comes from the gap up and gap down. Right. In some cases, with the gap up and gap down, don't give us anything great. You know, there might be a lot of stuff on there, but it actually might be garbage. Then I look at stuff like the usual suspects. Let me mute this guy. 1 second. All right, here we go. We'll look at our usual suspects like NVIDIA, like AMD, Tesla, or whatever is in play for that day, right? So that's how I find usually the best stocks to trade for this strategy. And this criteria works well almost even with my 5 minute RB. It's almost the exact same thing. This is usually how I create that list, and it works well for both strategies. Hey Joel, good evening. All right, how do we identify the setup? So usually I want to see the price approaching the VWAP. I preferably when they have gotten extended away from the VWAP, right? So what I mean by that, I want to avoid stocks that are consolidating around the VWAP for a VWAP breakout, right? So for example, if we didn't have this, and I cut the chart here for, you know, to make it bigger, but if we didn't have this drop here in POTR, right, and this move up towards the VWAP, then let's say it was consolidating here from the beginning of the day, then usually those don't make great VWAP breakouts because they can literally go up or down. And to identify, you know, which way it's going to go, it's a lot harder to do that. And usually when they're doing that, you probably have a different strategy is going to be a lot better, like a 5 minute ORB, right? So if I see that consolidation happening at the VWAP from the market open, usually a 5 minute ORB would probably be the best strategy at that point. But I love when they get extended away from the VWAP, and like this one did here, and they have the momentum coming up towards the VWAP, right? So I want to identify these stocks that are, you know, approaching the VWAP with their price action. These usually make the best candidates because I want to see that momentum, you know, break to the VWAP and continue. That's the idea. Other things too is when they have a very small drop off the VWAP and they're just still kind of hanging out, like you do get a little bit of a drop, but it's not significant. It can still work out, but again, usually there's probably a better strategy that is going to take place there. As I mentioned earlier, the VWAP breakout can really occur any time of the trading day. Like it can happen 2-3 o'clock, in the afternoon. I prefer only breakouts between prior to 10:30 and prior to 11. I feel that these, and I feel here because again, this is not factual, so I don't have data on this. But I feel that they provide the best breakout continuation. What do I mean by that? The momentum, the volume, right? The volume, I cut it off here, but the volume in the morning, we all know the volume is a lot higher. If news breaks out, of course, that can change anything. That can happen at any time during the day. But I usually want to see that momentum, which you're going to get at the market open, and probably 2 hours in, 2.5 hours in, you're still going to have that momentum that you can take advantage of. Because again, there's tons of breakouts that happen. There's many of them. Like AMD for me broke out today, but they didn't really give you that continuation. Like it struggled to actually go anywhere, right? And although it was still early in the day, it did struggle quite a bit to actually get going. So I feel that, again, before this time, you're going to get the best possible outcome to hit your profit target, right? Whichever that target is going to be. All right, how do we execute this trade? And again, this is, don't mind this, I meant to put 1 minute here. I only trade this off the 1 minute. So everything on here is based on the 1 minute chart is what I'm looking at, right? Again, I referenced the 5 minutes to see if there's any kind of engulfing pattern, a bigger time frame, any indicators or any patterns that might be going against what I'm trying to do. I do consider that, but for the most part, the 1 minute is what I'm really kind of hyper focused on how the price action is forming there. What indicators should we look at to be able to tell that the price is getting consolidated around the VWAP? And that's really not, that's more visual, Pete or Pepe. That's more visual. I'll show you some examples towards the end. I got tons of examples. I didn't put all of them because usually when I do these presentations, I run way too long. So I'm like, Carlos, today we're going to respect people's time. We're going to stick to 45 minutes, 15 minutes for questions. So I'm gonna do my best. So it's more visual, right? It's more visual. So let's pretend this was the market open, right? Right here, this was the market open, and you see the price action opens up, and you just kind of just hanging out around the VWAP. Then that usually for me is not a good possible setup, right? I want to see it that to me is considered consolidation. So when you're wrapping around your stuff around the VWAP, it's not one that I would consider for a VWAP breakout. All right. Great question. I was going to put a slide in for if I consider volume, and the true answer is no. I don't really consider volume, and I'll explain why in some of my examples. Volume for me is very tricky. Like I'm aware that, okay, we're getting volume, but when it comes to the decision making, the volume is not as important as the pattern itself, right? So, and I'll talk about the level 2 as well. I don't put a lot of weight into the level 2. I'm aware of it in certain situations, but for the most part, I'm not putting a lot of weight on the level 2 when it comes to my two strategies, the 5-minute ORB and this one as well. All right, so let's talk about the entry, the stop loss, and the profit target. And I always tell all my traders that I work with, this thing here must be set before you take a trade. You have to know where your entry is going to be. You have to know where your stop loss is going to be. You have to know where your profit target is going to be. And the reason for that is, and if you've done an onboarding class with me, you know I tell you this as well. If you do not have a plan before you enter the trade, you are most likely going to fail, right? You're not going to stop out where you're supposed to. You're not going to take profit where you're supposed to. Once you're in the trade, the emotions are already turned on. And we do not make the best decisions when our emotions are high in our personal lives and in trading. This is just a thing that we don't do as human beings. So trading, the pressure is on. You are required to perform at a very high level in a very stressful environment. You need to have a plan in place, right? That's like going to war. And then when you hear the shots shooting at you, you're trying to figure out, okay, what's the plan here? What are we looking to accomplish? You're looking down at a map while the bullets are flying over you. That's not good. The outcome is not going to be great. You got to have a plan in place. So all you have to worry about now is just executing that plan. Makes it a lot more easier, especially for our new traders, right? So if you're brand new to trading, under a year, this is something you really gotta nail down here. You gotta have a plan in place. There's no winging it in trading. Yes, can you get lucky? Can it go work out? Absolutely. But there's no winging it when it comes to trading. All right, so 3 critical points that you need to have when it comes to the strategy. You hear me say this over and over again in our live show is you need the breakout candle, you need the pullback, and you need the confirmation candle. Without these 3 things, you don't have the best possible VWAP breakout, right? And again, all based on the 1 minute chart, right? So let's talk about the breakout candle. And I put candles because in some cases, there are 2 candles that can give you that breakout of the VWAP, right? So let me be more clear too, because breakout can be a little confusing, right? And with the confirmation candle. So I'm going to break these down, right? So wait for the breakout candle to close green above the VWAP. What does that mean? This right here, right? So as the price action is approaching the VWAP, right, does this pullback here? I'm not really considering any of this. When I start getting really excited is when I see the breakout actually happening from the VWAP, right? Some traders will get in long here. That's okay. That's their style and their strategy. I want to see the breakout actually take place, which in this case is going to be these 2 candles right over here, right? These 2 candles for me are the breakout. It would have been just this one if this candle would have went all the way up here, and then you start having the pullback, it would have been 1 candle. But in some cases, 2, 3 candles are the ones that are giving you that breakout if you don't have a nice clean candle. And I have some examples of some good ones and some bad ones a little bit later. So to me, these 2 candles are the breakout candle, right? They're breaking out above the VWAP. They're closing green above the VWAP. So they're establishing, hey, we are looking to stay here, not that we're just punching through and coming back down. So it's very important to wait for these candles to close. Don't jump the gun. Wait for them to close and see what the next candles are going to give you, which are going to be the next 2. The following one is going to be the pullback candle, right? So wait for the pullback candles or candle to occur. You preferably not breaking or closing below the VWAP. So what does that mean? So this pullback candle here, I normally don't want to see this going all the way down here and closing, right? That's usually not ideal, right? You want this to hold the VWAP. You want a confirmation that, hey, the buyers are in control. We're trying to set the price action and the trend above the VWAP, right? Yes, in some cases, this can go below the VWAP and they can come back up, no problem. There's a way to trade that, and I'll show you some examples. But the perfect example is for them to stay above the VWAP, right? Not turn this area of resistance, right? Resistance here, right? Pull back here, breaking out. Turn this now into support, right? And in this strategy, you can try on the previous day close and a lot of other things. You know, you want to have that breakout, that retest, and then that confirmation that, hey, we are going long. Now we can get in for our position. The third candle, right, the third most critical point and probably the most important is this confirmation candle, because this is where you're going to make your decision to actually get into the trade. All right, so wait for the confirmation candles to overtake the pullback candles or candle, right? What does that mean? That means that once you start getting this green candle here, you want to wait for your entry to kind of overtake this pullback and breakout candle, right? That's ideal. This tells me, hey, we are actually pushing higher. We're making a new high. We're pushing towards above these this breakout and pullback candles. So that's usually the best entry for this strategy, right? And I'll give you an example why you want to wait for them to overtake the previous candles. In this case here, let's say you would have jumped in right here. But what this stock does, out of the minute this thing opens, before it takes over these candles, look at the pullback you're getting here, right? So if you would have got in immediately after the candle opened, then you would have had to hold through all of this, and most likely this could have probably easily stopped you out. Because if you think about it, let's forget about all of this here. It looks nice now. At this point, this is a completely red candle. So now you start thinking, wow, is this a false VWAP breakout, right? So at this point, you do not want to jump in until the confirmation candle, which is this one here, takes over the pullback and mainly the pullback, right? It can take over the breakout candles too, but mainly the pullback candle. You want this red candle to kind of be overtaken. I didn't want to use engulf because engulf could be a little bit tricky, but you want it to overtake the pullback candles, and that's where your entry is going to be, right? Stop loss, where we put our stop loss here. And after I finish this slide, I'll get to some questions here. You guys got some great questions there. The stop loss is usually the loss of the VWAP, right? So this is our VWAP indicator right here. Usually the loss of the VWAP is where my stop is going to be. Now, in all of my stops that I do, I always, okay, I'll go back actually explain that. I always set up little bit lower than the actual VWAP. If I was using the previous day close for like a 5-minute VWAP breakout, 5-minute breakout, same thing. I'm never going to put my stop to the penny on the level that I'm using as my stop, right? Because price action loves to come back and retest these levels before they actually make their move. So I'm always going to give myself a little bit of room. So yes, I don't want to see it break below the VWAP, but I'm going to give myself a couple of cents here just as a buffer. Just as a buffer. And the question that comes up next is, well, how much should I give it? How much room should I give it? I'll be honest, I do a visual. It's a visual look at saying, okay, if I don't have like a technical level, like if there's not some kind of previous day close here or high of the day, low of the day, I'm doing just a visual. I'm just giving it a little bit more room. So if we are going to come back and retest this, I'm not going to get stopped out, right? This is after you're in the trade, obviously. So in this case here, you can see this we don't get a retest of the VWAP at all. Everything stays above that, which is great. We got the previous day close here acting as support, which is nice. But you want to set that stop loss again at the VWAP, and you want to again just give yourself a little bit of room. Never put it at the VWAP, because you will get stopped out a lot if you put it at the VWAP. Okay, so very important. Profit targets, right? Profit targets are any next major or technical levels, right? Any major or technical levels. This is high of the pre-market, moving averages, previous day close, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days that we mark every day. If you're using Camarillo pivot points, you can use those as well. I personally don't use them, but this is usually what I am aiming for. A lot of times when things are getting extended, is usually the high of the day. I don't have it listed here. I do not, but this should be on here. So a high of the day is a great target. That was my target today. Yesterday for AMD on AMD's trade was the high of the day, because we have gotten extended so much. We came back up to the VWAP and then we broke out just like this. We went straight for the high of the day. That's where we took our first partial. And if you guys remember, AMD yesterday just took off. Like, it never looked back. We added on it and it became a beautiful trade, right? So these are the profit targets you want to aim for. Usually on my profit target, I take a partial. My trade I didn't put a trade management slide here, because trade management we can talk about. We could do a whole session on trade management, because there's so much to cover there. So maybe I'll come back another week and we'll do a trade management session just alone. There's so much to cover when it comes to trade management. All right, let me get to some of these questions before we move to the next slide. Let's see here. I'm going to go back up.